Dear Miss Simon, recently I was in Miami and purchased a new lit chair at your furniture store. It was to have been delivered to me yesterday at my home in Orlando. I waited for several hours, but the delivery truck never arrived. I have been purchasing furniture at your store for many years, and I know that your firm is usually reliable and dependable. I am, of course, quite disappointed with your service in this instance. I hope you will check into this matter and let me know what caused the trouble. Please also let me know when you can give me a definite delivery date. Sincerely yours. Gentlemen, last week on a brief visit to Philadelphia, I bought a suede jacket from your Lith Goods store. I noticed that there was a slight imperfection in the jacket when I returned to my home in Boston. One of the sleeves is of a lighter color than the other. I would like to return the coat to your store for a full refund. Please advise me where you wish the coat sent and when I may expect to receive a refund check. Very truly yours. Dear Mr. Mason, thank you for advising me of the problem you are having with the suede jacket you recently bought at the Huntington Lith Goods Shop. We are indeed sorry that the color of one of the sleeves appears to be somewhat lighter than the other. I hope you will take another close look at the coat before you return it. It is a characteristic of suede to appear different under varying degrees of light. The grain of the lith can make it seem to change color almost before your eyes. We believe that you will probably want to keep the coat. Should you decide to return it, however, just pack it carefully, insure it, and mail it back to us. We will cheerfully refund the full purchase price. Very sincerely yours. Over the years, the job of selling goods and services has progressed to what some people call an art. You will probably know what these people mean if you have recently had the good fortune to purchase something from a professional sales representative. You may, on the other hand, have recently had the misfortune of dealing with a poorly prepared, surly sales representative. In this case, you will probably take objection to the idea that selling is an art. At one time or other, we have all found ourselves in the position of trying to purchase goods from a person who did not know much about the product. This, of course, can be very frustrating. Some time ago, A man walked into a tire store and asked the sales representative to describe the advantages and disadvantages of radial tires. The representative was a young man who had not been on the job very long. It would have been better if he had asked for help from an expert person, but he chose not to do so. He quickly opened a pamphlet and tried to find the answer to the question. The customer wanted to know how strong the tires were, how long they could be expected to last, and if they were guaranteed. The sales representative could give answers to none of these questions. The customer became impatient and left the store in anger. He promptly went to another tire store across the street and made a purchase. The young sales representative learned the hard way that having product knowledge is a vital part of the job of selling. A woman recently entered a large department store and asked the first employee that she saw where she could find the furniture department. The employee was a woman who had worked a long time in the shoe department, and she simply pointed to the escalator without saying a word. The customer asked another employee in the shirt department for more specific directions. The man felt irritated and told the customer to check the directory located at the entrance to the building. The customer was frankly disgusted by this time and left the store. Neither of these two employees seemed to care. Their attitude was that the customer would have to find the furniture department by herself because she was not interested in purchasing anything from their particular departments. What they did not realize was that their surly attitude created a very bad image for the entire company. The woman probably did not return to the store to buy any items at all. An attitude of service would have gone a long way to helping the store keep the woman as a customer. Some stores operate on a commission basis. This means that the sales representatives are paid a percentage of the price of anything they sell. In some cases, the representatives become very aggressive and try to push goods that the customer really doesn't want or need. A clever sales representative can sometimes actually sell a customer many things that the customer did not intend to buy. This, however, does not create goodwill for the store in the long run. A few years ago, a potential customer named Frank Strong made a long trip from the suburbs to Boston to purchase a new car. Although his present car was not really old. It had never performed the way he wanted it to. He actually felt that the car was beyond repair. The sales representative could easily have sold Mr. Strong a car at that time. However, it was obvious to the representative that the car was actually in very good condition and could be repaired easily and quickly by the proper mechanic. The sales representative introduced Mr. Strong to the head of the repair department in the agency, and in only a few hours, the car was running perfectly. Did this lose a customer for the automobile agency? It certainly did not. In fact, it actually created a very good customer for the future. Mr. Strong has purchased 2 new cars from the agency since that time and swears that he will buy all his cars there in the future. A lesson can be learned about the art of selling through the previous examples. The good sales representative must be willing to give prompt service to each customer. This is true whether or not the customer actually buys something from that particular representative. A good sales representative must have a friendly, helpful attitude. The goodwill generated by this kind of attitude lasts in the mind of the customer for a long time. The sales representative must know everything possible about the product in order to give the customer adequate, reliable information. A salesperson can turn the job of selling into the art of selling simply by observing these simple rules.